How's it going, Super Geeks, and welcome to my review of the 6th scale Superman figure from Sideshow Collectibles. This is one that I've been really excited about for a long time, so let's just tear right into it. So as you can see, the front of the box, all black, Superman logo, name, and 6th scale logo on the bottom. And on the back, we have some really cool looking Superman artwork. I wish that they packed a poster with this too, because I would hang this up all day, 24/7. I really like this artwork. So when you open up the package, you actually get this artwork, the same artwork from the back, except for it's the complete picture. I think it's gorgeous. It's going in a frame, faux shizzle, and this makes up for them not actually packing a poster in with it. We get these here flying hands. This here kind of loose fingers hand for, you know, when he's just chilling. We also got a pointy finger hand. And a thumbs up hand, or thumbs down, depending on if you're a glass half full or a glass half empty kind of guy. When you purchase this figure, you'll not only get the extra hands, but you'll get a couple extra head sculpts, like this ticked off looking heat vision eyes Superman head sculpt. And a nicely done, kinda smirking face Superman. Some people think this might look like a smug looking Superman. I think this just looks like your positive, hopeful Superman head sculpt. This would likely be the head sculpt I would display on my Superman figure. So not only do you get the heads and the hands, but you also get the stand for standing Superman up or possibly putting him in flight poses as well. And this is a well-constructed piece of hardware here for your Superman figure. And then finally, you get good old Soupy himself. And this is an incredibly well-made figure. I really like the colors they've chosen for the blue, how nice and bright the red is, how the cape flows over the shoulders, how they've got the detailings on the boots. I'm so tickled by this, and I want to give you a nice close-up look of this figure as well. Now, starting in close at his boots, and we're going to work our way up, let's just take a closer look. We can see the sculpting detail of the boots is immaculate. They've done an amazing job sculpting these boots. And not only have they done a great job sculpting them, but they've actually done some color shading to these boots to really give them that lifelike look. And I'm really, really happy with how the boots turned out. They're probably my favorite 6th scale Superman boots out of all the boots that I've seen. Moving up, the cape drapes nicely behind his body. The blue tone is just excellent. It's what I consider to be the right Superman blue tone, just my opinion. Now, the way they've executed the undies and the belt, they probably could have done that a little bit better. It does seem a little bit sloppy or shoddy, and it didn't look that way in the promotional material. A lot of people who bought this were like, wait a minute, this looks like he's wearing a diaper with a belt around it. So if I had one complaint, that would be my first complaint about this. And I hate to make a complaint about a figure I really like, but that really, there is room for improvement there. Moving all the way up, you can see his ribs and the muscle tone of his body. A lot of people also complain and say that the head is a little bit too small for the body. Nope, that's a flub on my part. What I meant to say was a lot of people say that the head is too big for the body. My bad. I tend to think that the body's a little bit too small for the head. They probably could have chose just a slightly bulkier build for this Superman and kept the head the way it was. You'll notice that the chest could be just a little bit wider than what it is. But overall, it's not terrible. You can still display it and it still looks great. You'll notice that the cape drapes over the shoulders quite nicely. Looks very, very Superman-like. And then if we actually turn Superman around and have a little look at how the cape drapes over the back of his shoulders, it looks really, really great. Let's see if I can get him to stand up without the stand and without him falling on his face. There you go. Okay, so let's move down the back there and have a look. The logo on his cape, excellently done. Again, the cape drapes nicely all the way down to the back of his boots there. Also taking a very close look at serious Superman face, I want you to notice that they've done a lot of work to make the skin tone look really real. Articulation for Superman is as follows. Head on a ball joint, as you've already seen. When I replace the head, shoulders can swivel and go all the way forward and all the way back. I don't want to really do a lot with it because there's a fabric costume. I don't want to wreck the costume. You've got your elbows, and they can move in about that much. I believe that they are single jointed. I'm not going to take the costume off to find out. And then the knees themselves, let's just see what they've got. Oh, you've got double jointed knees, which is perfect for all those flight poses. And then the ankle articulation, you've got about that. Not a whole lot. I mean, they can spin and swivel 360 degrees, but not a whole lot of articulation. And the boots themselves, I'm just curious if I was to pop the boot off. Can I pop it? Oh, well, there you go. The boots are actually on a ball joint. That's what you get when you take the boots off. Let's pop it back on there. You've also got wrist articulation, which is a ball joint / hinge, and you've got ab articulation right here in the right place, and you have some waist articulation. But there really isn't a whole lot of actual movement with these figures because they've been designed to be posed and then kind of left on a shelf that way. So I'm happy with the articulation that I got with this Superman figure, and I'm sure you will be too. Unless, of course, you plan on making short films with these guys, in which case you may want to have a little bit more posability. But I think it's pretty good overall. Oh, wait. He also swivels at the biceps too. I missed that part. Okay, I think I got it all now. Now for those of you looking to change the cape, it's actually a really simple process. The cape is just snapped in right here, and then you just take the costume like that, the cape, and just tuck it under his neckline. You got to be careful though, because this is a fabric costume, and you don't want to cause a run or a tear in the fabric. So you got to be very careful, but there you go. It just fits in like that. Now changing head sculpts is as simple as pulling off the existing one, which is on a ball joint, and attaching the new one. And that's probably going to take a little bit of force. Let's see how much I have to actually push to get this on. Oh, it almost feels like I got to boil and pop it. Oh, it's on there. It just doesn't click when you put it on, I guess. That's it. Let's switch off some of the hands as well, shall we? So I believe it should be as simple as pull off the other one and put in the new one. Just like that. Let's do the same thing with this fist as well. Just pull it off and pop in the new one. Just like that. So here for size comparison, we have the 1/6 scale Superman in between the Medicom Red Sun Superman, and we have the Craptacular Crazy Toys Batman knockoff action figure. You'll notice right off the bat that this Batman is much shorter than this Superman, and he's not supposed to be. Again, they used the wrong body, as I said in my Batman figure review, and as well, the boots are almost exactly the same as the Superman boots, except for these ones are clearly the knockoff boots, and they're bigger, and just don't buy this. Just don't buy it. You'll notice with the Medicom Superman that the body is actually larger than the Sideshow Superman body, and the head sculpt is actually smaller. So you have a larger body with a smaller head, and you have a smaller body with a larger head. Both of them do have size issues, but they both look great overall, and I'd be curious to see what this costume looks like on this body. Maybe I'll wait until my Medicom Hush Superman shows up and just switch costumes and leave this one on here. I don't really want to take this off because I heard you got to unstitch it, and that's just a whole heap of jollies I don't want to get into. But there you go. There's the size comparison right there for good measure. Gosh, that just looks fabulous with him on that flight stand like that. I really like this figure. Like, a lot. It looks really cool. I probably, you know what, for all the things that I'm like, the chest seems a little bit too small, or possibly the head sculpt seems too big, or, you know, maybe the belt seems a little bit like a diaper, I'm not going to complain. This is a superbly made, excellently crafted Superman figure, and any collector who likes Superman is going to be incredibly happy to own this figure. Even if you use it and do a little bit of customization, you will not be let down by this figure. It's a masterpiece as far as I'm concerned. A simple masterpiece. So as a Superman geek, what is my final verdict of this Superman figure? Well, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10, and I'm only going to dock marks because there are a few little body issues with size and scale, but overall this is an excellent piece, and if you're a diehard Superman fan, this is going to be a must-have for your collection, and if you want to pick it up, the sooner the better, because it's only going to go up in price unless you can manage to find one off eBay that's possibly an open package or someone selling it on liquidation. You need to pick one up soon because they're only going to get more expensive. I really like this figure, and I think if you're a Superman fan and you pick this up, you won't be disappointed either, and I think that you're really going to like it. Anyhow, that's all I have time for today, so thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate that you've taken the time to do so. If you liked it, please leave a like on it. Leave any comments you have in the comment section down below. If you think you'd like to see more of this kind of content in your inbox, don't hesitate to subscribe and ding the bell, and you'll never miss a video. And I will see you in the next video. Toodaloo, super friends!